Alright guys, hope you're all doing well, hope you're all keeping safe. So tomorrow we have TU12.1 going live, and today we've got the patch notes. Now they're not extensive or anything like that, it's not like a big update, it's not like a title update 11 or a title update 12, or if we are getting another one, a title update 13 where we'd have large patch notes about all the changes and new stuff. It's nothing like that, but it is patch notes, and as you guys know, I do like to cover the patch notes here on the channel, so I'm going to go over all the patch notes for you guys for tomorrow. We'll look at the optimization stuff and the Resident Evil Apparel event. So yeah, let's get straight into this one, guys. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, subscribe to stay up to date with all the videos, and let's start. Right guys, so here are the patch notes, title update 12.1 patch notes. New Apparel event, Resident Evil Raccoon City has sent their best and brightest to answer the call in DC and New York City. This unique crossover apparel event launches alongside the newly revamped, reanimated global event. In addition to the wonderful outfits available through apparel keys, agents also get the opportunity to collect 7 new backpack trophies and 4 new patches celebrating Resident Evil. To get the patches and trophies, the level 40 base of operations daily projects have been replaced with Stars Support and Stars Assault projects. One of these projects will be available each day, and each will reward 2 new patches or trophies each day they are completed until the full set has been collected. So that's kind of the compromise with, not compromise, probably not the right word, but obviously we're not getting the gameplay element from Kenley College. Instead, we are getting these projects which are going to require you to do certain stuff in order to get these backpack trophies and patches. It doesn't say anywhere about how to get the actual apparel itself, I don't believe, because it doesn't say anywhere here about the apparel. In addition, available for apparel keys. So it's still going to be the apparel keys. I presume that we're going to get the apparel keys will work similar to how any kind of global event works, where I think it's either every 4 levels that you level up, you get an apparel key. Or I suspect maybe doing these projects will give you apparel keys, and then you'll be able to get these apparel items. We don't actually know how many there are in the game, but we do know at the moment 7 new backpack trophies and 4 new patches celebrating Resident Evil. This is one of the login rewards between February 2nd and 15th, so from tomorrow for 2 weeks. And so yeah, there we go. I was going to do a separate video on just my thoughts on this. I've kind of touched on it in a few videos. I mean, overall, when I get vanity stuff in a game, I'm pretty happy with it, as long as it's vanity that I like. I don't really have any knowledge of Resident Evil. I mean, I played it a long time ago, but I haven't played it at least in the last kind of 15 years or so, so I haven't really got any kind of involvement in it. I know for a lot of people who do like Resident Evil, this is a really good kind of crossover event. For me, it's not the best. Personally, I would like to have seen like a hunter or a rogue kind of thing, because that just makes more sense in the world of the Division 2. But we are getting this. We'll have to see how it plays out. I'm not overly happy with the project stuff, but again, we'll have to see what these projects require you to do and see how it all works out. I know a lot of people are going to be happy with these 7 new backpack trophies and 4 new patches. Again, personally for me, I'm more excited for this apparel stuff than I am for patches and backpack trophies. That kind of stuff for me doesn't really do it for me, and the main reason is because it's not that visible, whereas obviously your whole outfit is most of the time. And obviously we're going to get to what these reanimated global event changes are as well. So let's just go over that part first. So the green cloud produced by killing enemies with a headshot no longer harms agents. This cloud now heals agents and provides a significant boost to their firepower while standing within it. The green cloud continues to significantly harm enemies. So this is actually a really good change, because what they're doing here, and they've done this with a lot of the global events, is they're actually making it so that when you interact with the mechanics and you do certain stuff, you actually get a lot of power from it. So they did that with the most recent one, the golden bullet one. So when you interacted with those mechanics, you got a real large buff from doing that. Whereas previously with some of the older ones like Guardians and stuff, you didn't really get that buff, right? You had to do a lot, or even when you did interact with the mechanics, you didn't really get a buff. In fact, sometimes it felt like you were being nerfed as a result. So this change here is really, really good. I've never been interested in the reanimated global event. For me, it's just not my thing. But I may actually try this out. I want to see what the power is like here. It says a significant boost, so it could be similar to like, it could be the same as like Golden Bullet, where we get a lot of rate of fire and all that sort of stuff. And also the green cloud continues to significantly harm enemies is also a good thing. And then obviously we're getting the 4K 60 FPS support for Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5.
Still haven't got one. Really, I've been trying to get a console, one of the next gen consoles for ages now. But here in the UK, they're just not anywhere. I mean, there's been more PlayStation 5s, but I'm actually after an Xbox Series X, so there's just been none for so long. But if any of you guys managed to find any, just let me know. But I've been searching and I've not found any. Optimization station changes. Reduced all optimization costs by 75%, which is huge. And then reduced all optimization material crafting recipes by 50%. So the way I'm reading this is, at the moment we have, how many crafting recipes do we have? 5? 4 or 5? I can't remember. So are they saying that actually now it's going to be like 2 or 3 craft recipes? If that's the case, that's exactly the change that I wanted to see. Because I've always said that the amount of recipes you are required for optimization is just too much, right? You have to go and do projects to get certain stuff. You have to do this and you have to do that, etc. So this is actually good. It could be that, for example, like mask weaves and stuff, it could be that, I think we have, 6 mask weaves, so maybe that's been reduced down to 3. Weapon alloys, I think there's 7, maybe that's been reduced down to 3 or 4. The faction crafting recipes, I think there's 5 or 6, maybe that's been reduced down to 3. We don't actually know what this is. I don't know exactly what this is, but if this is how I'm reading it, then this is actually a really good change, and I'm really happy about this. In terms of the 75% reduction, that is a lot. Let's see what the developer comment is here. With this update, agents should be able to afford to optimize their weapons and gear about once an hour, though it may take up to 2 hours to gather all the resources necessary to optimize the final tier of many items. So that's the developer comment. I think a lot of the time with the developers, they underestimate how efficient this community are with stuff. And so sometimes when I read this, when I see once an hour, I'm looking at like once, every half hour, or 2 hours to gather all the resources. I'm thinking, people are going to gather resources within an hour. We've become so efficient at getting stuff in this game, having played it for so long, that actually a lot of these times they're never really accurate. So I guess for me, I'm on the fence about this whole change, right? I always wanted to see the optimization cost brought down, for sure, because I did think they were too high. For me, the actual big sticking point for me was actually the amount of recipes that were needed. I think that needed to be vastly reduced first. I think that was the big thing first, and it looks like they may have done that. But what I didn't want to happen was it to be a case that I jump on for an hour and then all my gear is fully optimized. So I didn't want that, but I kind of did, and that's why I'm on the fence, because I also want to be able to, if I want to try out a new build and I want to optimize it, then it shouldn't take me too long to do that, and that makes me feel good. That makes me be able to go in and do that stuff. With that said, I liked grinding the optimization stuff, and this is going to remove a lot of that grind. So I'm on the fence. I've got to be honest, guys. It'll be nice to actually get full power in this game. Again, that's another thing. But with that said, even when you've got everything fully optimized, it's never going to feel like you're fully, you're really that powerful. It's only in these global events like Golden Bullet that you really feel really powerful, and these changes here, being able to optimize your gear fully, is not going to get you there, right? You're still going to get one tapped by a red bar for the most part. You're still going to go down quickly. So in many ways, that little bit of change isn't really going to be that significant, which is why I liked actually grinding the stuff, because it actually gave me something to do and it gave me something to farm, and this might reduce that farm significantly to the point where I'm not going to be farming as much. Some of you are going to be on the other side, right? Some of you are going to be like, this is a brilliant change. I'm going to be able to go in. I've been trying to. I don't want to have to spend 10 hours just to optimize one piece of gear. Some of you are going to be on that side, and that's fine. This is why I'm on the fence, because I don't actually know how I feel until I get in there and I start playing with it and I start to see how long it's going to take me to get stuff. It's hard to say, but these are the changes, and they're coming tomorrow. Bug fixes. Fix an issue where gear sets would not correctly display which talents were required to be active for their chest and backpack talents to activate. Fix an issue where Rigger would sometime refresh Tend and Befriend incorrectly. Fix issue where Memento Kill confirmed drops could come from friendly skills. I thought they already fixed that a while ago. Fix an issue where Memento buffs could last beyond death, which was both grim and ironic. Fix an issue where directors in the LZ could multiply experience earned in the DZ. That is annoying. so this was one of the ways that people were being able to actually farm levels and stuff really, really quickly. Especially when you got like a global event coming up where you want to, or an apparel event where you kind of want to get those apparel keys. This was perfect, right? You go in the dark zone with all directives on, you get the full kind of, you get all of that experience, but you're not getting any of those directives, and they fixed that, which is, I don't know. I kind of don't like that. I actually thought that was fun for people. I think that gave people a reason to go into the dark zone, and this fix, whilst it is a fix and it was unintended, might actually hinder that. Removed objectives for the skill demotion summit challenge. Fixed an issue where Vanguard and Perfect Vanguard granted their invulnerabilities to allies. Yeah, that's a good one, because I know I'd seen that bug. Fixed an issue where Merciless and Ruthless exotics would trigger a cosmetic explosion on the 7th stack. Fixed an issue where the decoy skill would not refresh correctly if it was deployed when getting a headshot kill. Fixed issue where other players on the league leaderboards would show your own shade level and point distribution. Fixed misaligned elbow pads when using specific apparel items. Matchmaking in the summit, not grayed out for groups. Fixed an issue where the audio cue doesn't trigger. And then fixed the system aggravator talent description. So there we go, guys. That's the patch notes. As I said, they're not extensive at all. You know, this is just middle of the stuff. We knew that all of this stuff was coming. Basically, I didn't know about this change here with the 50% on the optimization station, and I'm really happy about that. But I have taken tomorrow off, so I'm actually going to get on and try and grind out some of these apparel items for you guys, and hopefully I'll have some videos up about those apparel items and what they look like, that sort of thing. So stay tuned for that. The best way to do that, turn your notifications on, and that way you won't miss the video. But that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think of these changes in the comments down below, specifically these optimization stages. I think this is where this will divide the community. I think you're either going to have people on one side where this is great, or on the other side where this might be too much. So let me know where you stand in the comments down below. Like I said, I'm kind of on the fence. I like the change, and I don't like the change for various reasons, as you've heard in this video. But yeah, that's it. Until the next one, guys. Epic out.